up to your ears. Squeeze your blades and press down. Hi, Julia. Breathe in, breathe out. Allow your body to breathe. As you keep going with your shoulders, just close your eyes for a moment and just tune into the being mode, stepping away from the doing mode. Noticing how your body's feeling, how your body's being. And then relaxing your shoulders, and I'd like you to rock your body weight forward to your toes and then pull back into your heels. Just feeling the floor under your toes and then coming back into your heels. And again. And as you do that, lengthening up through the crown of your head. Oh, hello. And as you keep going with that rocking action, we're going to come up onto our tiptoes as we circle and then back into the heels. So tiptoe and then heels. Mobilizing our feet and our ankles and our calves. And then staying on the tiptoes with the palms facing up, we're going to turn and look towards the backhand. Warming up our muscles which help our spine rotate. Moving to the center, breathing in, breathing out. And rotate, looking behind, moving to the center, and back the other way. Breathe in, breathe out. We're going to sink into a squat. Inhale on the lift. Exhale and squat down. Adding in, we're going to circle forwards as we squat and then circle back as we come up. So draw a circle forwards, draw a circle backwards. Breathe out as you come down. Inhale and lift. We're going to rise onto our tiptoes. Circle and sit into it. Can we do two more? So final one. And then if you can take hold of your foot, bring your knees together, bring your heel towards your bottom, and push your hip bones forwards. Just for fun, can we close our eyes? 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Shake a leg. Let's give that a go on the other side. So knees together, heel to your bottom. Welcome the wobble on these. Push your hips forwards. And again, can you close your eyes? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, and breathe in and breathe out. Are you looking for online classes that support you with getting more me time? You want to get supple, strong, feel less stressed, get in the driving seat, but actually perhaps you've noticed that following videos on YouTube isn't actually helping you commit. It's not like the teacher reaches out and says, correct your hips, bring your knee back, move your posture back. And this is the problem. So, of course, you can hit subscribe to get more from the Zigs YouTube channel. But let's face it, we're not going to send our children to a school without a teacher or a tutor. I mean, what's their life going to be like if they're going to learn in that way? So my name's Claire Louise Freeman. I'm the business owner of Zigs Exercise, and I like to encourage you to join me and my community online, where we get together via Zoom and we practice Pilates conditioning, yoga stretches, mobility, and the thing is, we get to actually talk through this stuff. We get to do it together. And to me, consistently doing it together is the thing that gives us much, much better results than if we're left flailing around in front of a video trying to do it all by ourselves. So if you'd like more information about joining me and others, please reach out, get in touch. You can work with us morning, evening, from the comfort of your own home. It's great because you get all the kit together at home, and it does help you to practice in between as well. So I'm offering a complimentary kickstart call. We can talk through what's getting in the way, you know, why it's not worked so far. And sometimes the hardest bit is actually just picking up the phone and talking it through. So brave pants on. I work with all sorts of people from various walks of life, different shapes and sizes. And often people who do work with me do it because they say that I do it in a very non-judgmental way. Of course, it's free to talk, so you can click the link in the description box below and we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. There's no pressure here. On the call, I'll listen in to, you know, what you need support with, what your personal needs are, and I can answer any of your questions about our online Pilates and yoga, where we do it together in community. Why wait? This stuff doesn't get any easier as we get older. We work with lots of busy parents, grandparents, business owners, NHS professionals, private school teachers, regular school teachers. So if that feels like you and you need that support and accountability on getting it done, that's the thing. If we've got the sessions booked in regularly, that means we're much more likely to show up. And it's that regularity that people are often missing. You know, they take time off during holidays. It's the commitment that gets the motivation. So why wait? Book in, give me a call, and I'll see you on the other side. Join me down on the mat. So let's move into some mat work. Tucking the knees in, tapping the toes down. So working on loosening off the lower back, activating the core. Try and keep your heels close to your bottom as you bring your knees up. Tuning into your breath. So a short breath. Exhale as you tuck, inhale as you release. Two more. And last one. And then opening your arms wide at the side, so your hand sits just above your shoulder. And then can you bring your knees up towards your arm? As we push the knees down, we're going to turn to face the hand at the back and reach the other hand across like this. That's it. And then opening the arms, bringing your knees across to the other side, pressing your knees down, and then again reaching your arms over the other way. Reaching your fingers through the skirting board and bringing the hands wide. Let's do that the other side. Pushing your knees down, reaching your arms so that your hands go in the same direction. Breathe into your belly. Knees coming up, knees tucking over towards the other arm, pushing your knees down, reaching with your arm. And we're going to do that one more time. Okay, so let's roll to the center, and I'd like you to bring your feet flat to the floor for level 1. For level 2, you can park a cushion, something squishy in between your knees, or if you want to do the more advanced version, you can use a foam roller underneath your feet. So choose your level. If you've not been for a while, you might prefer to stick with level 1. Curl from the tailbone, hold at the top, and then can you imprint your spine, rolling down bone by bone. So curling the tailbone under, pushing down through your toes and then imprinting through your middle back and into your lower back. Let's do it again. Tucking, squeezing from behind, holding at the top, and then rolling bone by bone. Breathe in at the bottom. Exhale and lift. Now we're going to hold at the top and stay there, keeping the hips lifted. Can you hop your arms, take them over your head, and then draw a big circle with your arms around and roll your body down bone by bone. Let's do that again. So tucking under, pushing up with your hips, big circle around. Imprinting down bone by bone. And let's do that again. Now if you're on the roller, try to point your toes down slightly. Just going to do that one more time. Breathe. Alrighty, from here we're going to rock up to a seated position. And then we're going to roll back down. So some curls, lifting up through the chest. Inhaling on the way down, exhaling on the lift. The next level, we're going to add a little bit of rotation, so we're going to drop the shoulder towards the ground and then lift the chest in the middle. So just rotating, dropping the shoulder down, lifting the chest. Can we get a fluid movement on that? Breathing in on the way down, breathing out on the lift. Keeping the legs nice and steady. Breathe. So 2 more. And final one. And then from here, we're going to crisscross our legs. If you've got trouble with your knees at all and your knees struggle with crisscross legs, you can do it with your feet open if needed, but try and park yourself up onto your sitting bones. Lengthen your arms. And we're going to come forward with wide hands, just a bit wider than the shoulder. You can tuck your chin in and just wriggle your fingers forward slightly. Breathing deeply. And again, just wriggling the fingers forwards and breathing deeply. And can you go a little bit further? Wriggling through, noticing where you feel the stretch. And then bringing your hands back in. So if you're doing the crisscrossy leg one, you park the other one over the top. And we're going to repeat. So can you get your arms up? Moving forwards, quite wide with your hands, chin in. Notice where you feel the stretch. And then just going forward to where it feels a little bit uncomfortable but doable. So that's what it's all about, just edge of the comfort zone. Breathe. And a little bit more. And then walking back in. Okay, great. So if we can give our legs a little shake out, we're going to come down onto our front and working the cobra now. So it helps with mobility in the spine and the muscles there. So hands just slightly wider than the shoulders. We're going to push the ground away, chin up, and then lower the body. Now each time you come up, try to push your pubic bone into the floor. May feel different for blokes, I'm conscious of that. And then lower. So pushing the shoulder down as we lift, breathing in, and breathing out as we come down. Try to squeeze your buttock muscles as you come up, help activate the glutes. So squeeze them and really point your toes, holding at the top now for 3, 2, 1, and then coming down and relaxing the legs. Let's do that again. So squeeze your buttock muscles, point your toes, holding at the top for 3, 2, 1, and then softening down. Just going to do that one more time. Inhaling, lifting, squeezing, pointing the toes, exhaling and lowering. Alrighty, from here we're going to meet in our downward dog. So if you can hook your toes underneath, lift your tailbone up in the air, and we're going to walk the feet back inch or two, press the heels down, press them down quite firmly, deep breath. From here we're going to take a walk with our feet towards our hands, down onto our backs for some Pilates mat work. Taking the opposite arm away from the leg. Level 1 Pilates single leg stretch. Active in the core by drawing the belly button muscle in. Start position 2 is here, so the knee is just above the hip. Try not to have the knee too close in. You'll get more out of it if your knee is more here rather than into your chest. Opposite arm extending away from the leg. Breathe. Third level. Straight legs so the feet sit above the hip. Pointy toes. And then flexing your feet. We point for 2. And then flex for 2. Pointing for 2. And then flexing for 2. Point and flex. Okay, well done, good job. If you can park your hands here, just on top of your knees, and notice I'm circling the knees together around. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and just get into the feeling of massaging your lower back against the ground, a bit like a bear scratching its back on a tree. And then reverse back in the opposite direction. Just getting into that feeling of circling and massaging into the lower back, like a bear scratching on a big old oak tree. Breathe. I'm going to keep one knee in now, so if you can open your eyes again and extend the other leg down, can you bring your knee across your body with your hand? Place your foot on the floor on the other side of your body, trailing the back arm, and you press your back shoulder down, straightening the bottom leg so you reach through your toes on that bottom leg. Eye gaze looking behind your shoulder as you press the knee down more firmly and breathe deeply. Breathing into your belly. Exhaling out. So just use this time as your breathing space. Let's release and give that a go on the other side. So tucking the knee up to your chest, extending the other leg, trailing the arm behind. What happens to that shoulder as you pop the knee down? Can you gently press it towards the ground to get some stretch through the pec? Looking towards your back shoulder. Breathing deeply, closing your eyes. Breathing into your belly. Alrighty, let's release. We're going to roll to the center. If we can pop our hands just here underneath the leg, we're going to rock ourselves up to seated. Now's a good time for a water stop. So you grab a drink, you'll need some weights next. you find some weights. Focus for a moment on some lunges, allowing the weights to hang down at the side. Some in that box. So nice big stride. You square up your hip bones. Tuck your tailbone under as you drop down. And straighten your front leg. And do it again. So bending through the knee, leaning back slightly. You can either stay with the weights hanging for your first level, or we can bring the weight up to the shoulder, push forward, come back in and release. Well, next level, we're going to push up and go overhead, hold and release. And do that again. So find your level with it. Breathe. Just going to do that one more time. Alrighty, shake a leg. Let's turn around and give that a go on the other side. So tiptoe on your back foot, tucking your tailbone under, just allowing the weight to hang. If you're struggling a little bit with your back at the moment, you might find focusing in on your alignment is the best priority. Working more on the dynamic stretch. If you've got a happy back, bringing the weight up at the forward reach. And then release. Or you can move the weight up over the head so the arms are up by your ears. Just going to do that through a couple more times. Breathe. So final one. Alrighty, let's release. Give our legs a shake out. Can you hold your weights here? Bit of squeeze our shoulders and move to the center. Breathing in, squeeze the shoulders, extending the arms. Next level, adding a rise onto tiptoe and coming back in. So level 2, come up and balance. Well, for our third level, we add some rotation, pressing our shoulder blades down, moving back in. So choose your level 1, 2, or 3. Breathe. Lengthening up the posture, elongate through the crown of your head. Alrighty, so I'm going to do that one more time. Each way. So final one. Alrighty, let's relax off. And if you can have another drink, let's keep topped up. Need a homemade sports drink today. So let's move down to our backs again. And I'd like you to pop your hands in the curve of your lower back. Pull your belly button muscle in. Bringing one leg up as the other leg is coming down. Point your toes. Maybe take a longer leg for next level. For level 3, we're going to bring the opposite elbow to our knee. pointing your toes. Can we do 4 more? Breathe. I think we can. Alrighty, when we're done, if you can reach your arms, arch your back, breathe, letting your belly fill up with air, and breathe out. And again, eyes closed, let your belly fill with air. Just noticing the space inside your belly as you breathe. And one more deep breath. Okay, can you find a stick? Where's my stick gone? Here we are. We can work on some side kicks next, activating the side of the core. Notice the upper body's at the back edge of the mat, the toes are near the front. And I'd like you to get your hand into the curve of your lower back, so the stick stays attached to your tailbone and your head. We're going to use the knuckles of this hand to sort of monitor what the posture's doing. So try and lengthen your lower back against your knuckles. And then here, aim to lift. So the muscle at the side here where your obliques are is lifting and active. I'm going to hover the top leg and then squeeze the bottom leg up. So hold for a few seconds, flex the toes and come back down. So our level on one option, pointy toes, lifted in the waistline, flex and come back down. Next level, we're going to raise up both legs, point the toes, bring one foot forwards as the other one comes back. Breathe. Keep lifted in the waistline. We keep the upper body quite still as the legs do the moving action. I'm going to do 2 more on this side. Breathe. Final one. Okay, so good for the inner thighs as well as the core. Let's give that a go on the other side. Use the stick again to check in on what's happening in the posture. So head, tailbone attached to the stick. Can we use the hand, the knuckles as awareness of what's going on in the lower back position? Lifting the waistline as we point the toes, and then bring the bottom leg up. So just use your first few to get that lift in the waistline and position set. Breathe. Now each time you come up with that bottom leg, can you get your heels to touch? So you squeeze your heels together and then flex your feet with your heels together. Next level, heels are together as we lift both at the same time. Bringing the foot forward and then switching. Finding the heels again. So if you can come back to the heels touching each time you split the leg. Do 3 more. We've still got that waistline lift, the head on the stick. Final one. And here we're going to move into a yoga triangle pose. So if we can take our feet wide, so it helps to stretch the inner thigh after we've activated it in our side kick. So leaning sideways, we're going to lengthen with our top arm. this back foot, pushing the heel out and away. Eye gaze looking up towards the top hand. Consciously pressing our shoulders down, breathing into the belly. Bend into the knee. We're going to wriggle our back foot away and go onto our tiptoes as we bring the opposite hand to the foot down and then turn the other arm so it reaches up to the ceiling. Breathing deeply. We're going to bring that hand to the front thigh. We're going to move into a lunge position. Relax your shoulders, lean back. Breathe into your belly. From here, we're going to straighten our front leg and flatten our back foot, bringing our nose down towards our knee. Lost the specs. We're going to soften the knee and we'll turn and give our triangle pose a go on the other side. So if you can turn this foot out, angle in over here, and then sliding into your triangle pose. Pulling your shoulders down, eye gaze up, noticing where you feel the stretch. Starting to notice how you're feeling now compared to the start of the session. Breathe. Bending into this knee, we're going to bring our opposite hand to our foot down, wriggling the back foot away, and then lengthening up with the other arm. Allow your hips to soften. Deep breath. And from here, if you can bring your top hand to your thigh, we're going to push up into a lunge stretch. So try and tuck your pelvis under. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. That was me having a blank moment. Back foot in, remembered where we were heading. So we did a yoga-based hamstring stretch next on the other side. So let's match it up. Bring our head down towards our knee. Deep breath. Alrighty, so from here we're going to move sideways again into some oysters. So we'll pick up the stick again, bring our knees up in front of our hips, feet are forwards, and work at the lift again in the waistline. We're going to point our toes as we roll the knee back. 3, 2, 1. Flexing the feet as we come down, and then pointing as we lift. Now you can either stay with this version of the oyster, or we're going to bring it up onto the bottom arm. Come up 1, 2, 3 with the leg and back down. Or more advanced today, we're going to come up onto the bottom hand. Got straight arm. And you keep your head and your tailbone attached to the stick. Two more. Should be starting to feel it around about now. Alrighty, let's relax off and give that a go on the other side. So level 1, working the muscles around the side of the hip, for our muscles and our bones if we're practicing these regularly. So lifting the waistline again as we point and lift for 3, and then flex the feet as you come down. Allow your head to relax into your arm. Try not to drop your top foot to your bottom one. Tempting if you've had a long day. So our next level, we come up onto our bottom elbow today. Or level 3 today, pushing up from our bottom arm. We do 2 more. And the final one. And it feels like we need to give our glutes a good old stretch. So if you can come to a seated position now, we'll do a yoga-based glute stretch. So you can keep your right leg extended and tuck your left leg in, but across your body. And then if you can hug that knee, might not have had one yet today, give it a hug. And then with this back hand over here, you can push the ground away with your fingertips pointing away from you. Now on that back arm, the forearm, if you can try and get it attached to your body, really straighten your back. Flexing your front foot as if you're trying to push the wall away with your front foot. Gazing behind your shoulder. Looking what's behind your shoulder. Twisting just a little bit more if that feels appropriate for your back. Feels good to me. Got the fleece line leggings on today. Ooh, we turn the heat up. Okay, so second level on these, we're going to hook the front foot in. So the heel is now under the buttock on that side. And we're going to bring our elbow to our thigh. And again, push the ground away, looking behind the shoulder. Deep breath. Feels good to stretch. If you need one, especially if you're playing a bit of catch up. Alrighty, let's release. Shake a leg. And we're going to keep our left foot forwards as we give the other knee a huggy and bring your knee into your chest, pushing the ground away with your back hand. That's it. See if you can get your knee to touch your chest and elongate your spine as you do it. You're lengthening up through the crown of your head, flexing this front foot if you're trying to push the wall away, and eye gaze looking down over the shoulder. Breathing deeply. Looking that little bit further round behind you, squeezing the knee in. Alrighty, let's release. So for those of you who want to do second level, we hook that foot in. So we sit onto the heel and take the elbow more to the mid-thigh. Looking over the shoulder. Breathe. Pushing the ground away, and lengthening up through the crown of the head. Breathe. Let's release. And we're going to move to a plank position. Bringing our elbows down, knees back. Now you can either stay on the knees or move into plank from your toes. We're going to rock our body weight forwards and then rock our body weight back. Breathe. Keep Keeping the chest open. Breathe. And you do 2 more. And final one. And then meeting up again in the downward dog. Pressing the heels down towards the ground. We're just going to take hold of the edges of the mat with the fingers. If you can just tuck your fingers under the edges of your mat and pull, almost like you're trying to pull your mat from underneath your feet. Pressing your heels down. Just closing your eyes as you breathe in your belly. Noticing the space in your belly. Relaxing your shoulders as you hold your downward dog. From here, I'd like you to take a walk with your feet towards your hands. And if you can find your stick, and we're going to park our stick along our back here. And you walk your hands towards each other. So we've got one elbow pointing up, one elbow pointing down. And we're going to pull the stick as if we're trying to pull it apart. And then turn your head so you're looking over your shoulder, breathing deeply. And then release. And if you can switch arms. So walking your hands closer together. Grip, pull, like you're trying to pull it apart. As you turn and look down, just stick on your tailbone. Relax your tailbone down. Breathing deeply. Let's release. We're going to move the stick behind us so we've now got our thumbs touching together. Can you squeeze your shoulders back? Without leaning forward, can you lift your arms? Get some height on your arms. Chin up. Head back slightly so you're still opening the muscles around your throat. Let's release. Moving your arms there, I'd like you to tilt your head to one side. And let your head drop. Roll to the front. And bring your head so it's tilted to the other side. And let your head drop. Roll it around. And do it again. Breathe. And one more time. Okay. Now we come down onto our backs. We're nearly there. Again, just tuning into how you're feeling compared to the start of the session. If you can put your hands just on top of your belly and close your eyes. Allow your attention to drift. As you relax down. Notice any thoughts in your mind and allow them to pass through your mind like clouds moving across the sky. Just kind of watching them coming and going. Open your teeth, allow your jaw to relax. Noticing the space inside your mouth. Moving your focus down your neck, around your shoulders and your armpits. Noticing the space around your neck and your armpits. Running your attention down your spine. Noticing the space underneath the curve in your lower back. Moving your focus through your belly, around your hips. Noticing the space surrounding that area. Running your attention down along your legs past your knees, noticing the space behind your knees. Down into your feet, allowing your whole body to relax in space. And just reminding yourself that at any moment in time you can pay attention to space and give yourself some space. Your eyes closed, I'd like you to turn your eye gaze up. You circle your eyeballs around like you're ticking through the numbers of a clock. So you take them over to 3, down to 6, around to 9, and then up to 12, and then going back in the opposite direction. Like you're ticking through the numbers on a clock face as you circle your eyes, coming all the way around, and repeat the other way. And back. You can open your eyes, just noticing what's in your peripheral vision.